Next, from the House floor, we hear closing arguments in the debate of Senate Bill 1, the bill that would change the state's pension systems, lowering future benefits and the cost to the state. We'll hear from Republican leader Tom Cross and House Speaker Michael Madigan. This runs about 10 minutes.
Michael Mahoney and Andrew Freiheit, you and I have been spending hours and hours and hours on pensions, and you have been reading the bills and explaining them to all of us countless times for the last 2.5 years, and your expertise and your knowledge continues to amaze me and awe me, and thank you for your very, very, very strong work. And for our caucus, who I think is tired of the issue, tired of listening to me talk about, thank you for as much as you, wherever you may be on this issue. I appreciate your patience and understanding, and to know that we need to address this issue. Some of you have been very helpful in this issue. Many of you have been very helpful in this issue. I think about David McSweeney's ability to take the most complicated issue and condense it down to a simple concept for us that don't know numbers like he does and explain it to us, and I admire that and appreciate that. And Michael Fortner, one of your ideas, a great idea, to come along and say, why don't we take that bond money and infuse it into this issue and infuse it into this problem and help solve the problem long term, is taken and put into this bill and going to be, I think, part of law. You deserve a lot of credit, Michael, for being part of this solution, and very much admire you. Elaine Necritz and Daniel Biss, you too stepped out in an area that was not easy to step out to, and I admire that, and I enjoyed working with you, and I appreciate that. And Speaker Madigan, seems like it was a year ago, in fact, it was a year ago, that we were on the floor, and things weren't going that well. I think at one day you even gave me one of your bills. I don't think that's going to happen today, and that's fine. But I appreciate you stepping up, and it's time. I, like many, would say this should have happened a while ago, but we move on. And this is one of those issues where we need to come together and make it happen. I want to just focus a little bit on a couple things. Representative Kay, Representative Morrison, I think Representative Ives talked about it, this issue of the guarantee. I think we all need to keep in mind, I think Dwight alluded to it, we can put anything we want into law, and we can talk about guarantees, but if this General Assembly, in either the House or the Senate, doesn't have the capacity and the willingness and the understanding to not spend more than we have, then it really doesn't matter what we put in the law. I don't remember the specifics back in '95 when we created the ramp under Governor Edgar, but it was at that time that we put in the language that said the pension payment was intended, that it was going to be one of the first payments we make every year, because we had a problem back then, and we recognized, we said, oh, we got to do something so we don't get into this mess again. And lo and behold, in the mid-2000s, without going into details, pension payments weren't made, and they exacerbated the problem. So the guarantee language, I get the need for that, and I respect that, but it really, in my opinion, doesn't matter what we put in it in this bill. It's a matter of what is our willingness and what is our understanding and what is our approach to spending or not spending. And this General Assembly over the last decade has not, in my opinion, demonstrated that willingness to live within its means. So let's try to keep focused on that as we move forward if we're ever going to get out of this mess, and we really have no choice. You know, Representative Bradley and others have alluded to this, and I want to be very careful to not sound patronizing, but if I'm a state worker or if I'm a teacher, a university worker, I have every right to be mad as hell. I have done everything you've asked me to do. I dutifully had whatever percentage, depending on the person or the job, taken out of my check, with every expectation that what I was promised when I started was going to be there. And these folks work hard, and they put in a lot of hours. And I think the rhetoric on this issue has gotten out of line at times. And it is not about the issue itself, but it becomes oh, this person only works 8.5 months out of the year, the teacher, or they're only there for X number of hours, or this state worker only does this. It's like anything. They're great state workers and great teachers, and they're not so good, just like there are in the General Assembly. And I look at, you know, my own experiences in life, whether it's my mom who taught, my wife that taught, Mrs. Blocker, who is our daughter's first grade teacher, who's the reason Reynolds is in school, who wants to be a teacher. They've all impacts on our lives. And we have to be careful about that rhetoric and make this a discussion about saving or attempting to salvage our retirement system. So I think in many ways we owe those folks an apology as a General Assembly, and we can point fingers on why this got into the mess it did, and many people are new here and had nothing to do with it. But not making payments was wrong. And it was wrong because the discipline was not there to live within the means that we needed to do. And that's a shame. There are other reasons for this mess, and there are other causes for this mess, and I'm not going to go into that because we need to move forward, as everybody has said today. And if you still have doubts about whether or not we need to do this, the word today was certainty, and I think it's operative. That whether it's the employee that doesn't know, because we've been talking about this for so long, should I retire? Should I stay? Can I retire? What happens when I retire? To the person in retirement, what do I need to save extra? I don't know what they're going to do. To the business that is worried that we're going to tax them even more because we can't fix the pension system, meaning they may not expand, they may not come here, they might leave here. To the bond house or bond houses that have downgraded us, and to David McSweeney's point, they may not even allow us to loan money. To those of us that have watched this and know that there are entities in this country, whether they're counties or cities, that have in fact gone bankrupt with their pension systems, we have no choice. We have to move forward today. And I agree that there are other things that could have been done. Not everything in 3411 that we had is in this. And I'm disappointed in that. But to be able to reduce our unfunded liability by $30 billion is not insignificant. To reduce our overall payment between now and 2044 is significant, and this bill does that. It provides certainty to employees. It provides certainty to annuitants. You may not like it, but it provides certainty that you will have a pension and you will know what that pension is. And it also provides, to John Bradley's point, some certainty as we move forward to those that are affected and impacted by the crowding out. That is very real. And we have no choice but to do this. Is this tough? Yes. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Will people be angry at us? Yes. But I do think folks now realize that this is very much a real problem. It is a problem that's not going away. It's a problem that gets worse by the day. And we have no choice. We have no choice. And it doesn't get easier if we put this off. So to everybody involved in this process, wherever you are on it, I would urge you to continue to express your opinions wherever you are, but recognize that this is a very real issue, and that this bill goes a long way in taking us in this direction we need to. And for those reasons and others, I would ask for an aye. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker Madigan to close.
Mr. Speaker and ladies and gentlemen of the House, thank you to all. Everyone who spoke today did very well. The time has come for this bill. I recommend and ask for an aye vote.
Speaker Madigan has moved for the passage of Senate Bill 1. Those in favor of the bill will vote yes. Opposed, no. The voting is open. Have all voted who wish? Have all voted who wish? Have all voted who wish? Please take the record. On this question, there are 62 voting yes, 51 voting no, and 2 voting present, and this bill, having received the constitutional majority, is hereby declared passed. Speaker Madigan now moves to reconsider the vote by which Senate Bill 1 has passed. Leader Neckeritz moves to lay the motion on the table. Those in favor say yes, opposed no. The ayes have it, and the motion by Speaker Madigan to reconsider lies on the table. And now Leader Curry moves that, allowing perfunctory time for the clerk, the House stand adjourned until Friday, May 3rd at the hour of 10 a.m. Those in favor say yes, opposed no. The ayes have it, and the House does stand adjourned until Friday, May 3rd at the hour of 10 a.m.
You're watching the Illinois Channel.